things like having a value system and courage as a virtue I value a lot, and people pleasing, and how it all comes together in honoring yourself. So I'm going to elaborate. Uh, I thought of a story of something that I did when I was 5. My mom and I were walking down the street, and I saw this tiny little stray kitten, and I picked it up. I wasn't even thinking, and I refused to let go of it. And I was begging my mom if we could keep it. She was very reluctant, but she couldn't let me let go. She couldn't make me let go of it. So she said, okay, we can take it home and we'll see what your dad says, which was, of course, her thing of thinking that my dad is going to say no. And because he's more of an authority, I'm going to let the kitten go. However, when we got home, my dad loves animals. So he let me keep the kitten under the condition that I'm going to take care of it, which I did. Uh, because I had already bought myself a book of how to take care of cats, and I taught myself how to read at 5. So I gave the cat a bath, and it naturally had fleas and all kinds of stuff, but I cleaned it up, and then my whole family loved that cat, and I took care of it. So now looking back, I was like, wow, it was really brave of me to trust my intuition and to keep that kitten. And then I showed a lot of courage and responsibility for taking care of it. Uh, and I'm really proud of myself for doing that at such a young age and sticking up for myself and what I was feeling and what I was needing, the and then for my dad being able to honor that. Uh, and I thought how important it is to have a moral system and a value system and to stick up to it. And that's how we gain self respect and self love for ourselves, uh, by sticking up for the things that are truly important and meaningful to us. And the opposite of this would be people pleasing, where we don't value our own opinion, but we value the opinion of others more. And we do things to gain others' approval and appreciation, which is exhibits a weak character, because a lot of times we go against our own values to gain somebody else's approval and appreciation. And I can see how this can be created in childhood depending on the kind of parents that you have and what is instilled in you. And if you grow up under a very strict religious system or uh, some system like that that is authoritarian. Uh, but it's important when we grow up to become autonomous and to really take an inventory of what are the qualities that we value and what do certain things mean to us. What is success? What is being rich? Uh, what is honor? What is respect? What is love? We seem to think that we know what these things are, but they have so much depth and layer to them as concepts and not just mere words, but constructs. And when we take the time to really like get into it and have examples from real life, from movies of people that have exhibited qualities that we like, then we can have this compass of, what is important, and we are always going to know how to act and what to do and what is important for us, and live by that and have an honorable life where we honor the things that are important to us and live in accordance to them. And for example, if for you a rich life is not so much about the material possessions that you have, but more about living a life of joy, of freedom, of being able to do whatever you want to, whenever you want to, and that is success to you, and doing work that is meaningful to you, then you might settle for a job that is not that prestigious or doesn't pay as much, but brings you value and is in accordance to your values. And then it's not settling, but it's a choice that you have made based on what you value, and it's honorable work. Whereas if you don't know what you value or you're afraid to stand behind your values, you can get a job that in the eyes of others is very prestigious and brings a lot of money, and you buy a lot of things and have like a shiny car and a big home, but you don't really value those things, and you feel miserable at your job because it's not something that you chose for yourself according to your values, but it's something that you're doing so you can be liked and approved. And the more of these choices we make that are honoring what we think others want, which I mean, of course, when you're doing things for the opinion of others, you don't know what their opinions are, so you're just guessing a lot of times. Or if you do know, you don't even like have done the assessment of are they really honorable people whose opinion you value. Mm. Then you just keep chipping at your own self-respect and honor and not feeling so good about yourself and start to hate yourself because you're going against yourself and your opinions and your beliefs and the things that you value. Whereas the more you live a life according to your own values and you honor your own thoughts and your own opinions about things, the more self respect you gain and you love the life that you're creating, because even if other people don't understand it, don't approve it, and they don't value it, it's something that you understand, approve, and value. And a good example that comes to mind is Van Gogh, who at this time was very misunderstood, but he knew that that was his purpose and that's what he came on earth to do. And he had such great love, and he kept doing what was coming natural for him to do, even though he was not being valued, appreciated, respected while he was creating, but he was actually laughed at and misunderstood and considered crazy. But he persisted, and what a great example of courage that he did that. And today we value him immensely and can understand, how incredible his work was and how advanced he was for his time. But while he was living, he didn't get that. But did that stop him from doing what he was feeling on the inside that is the right thing to do in accordance with his values and his vision and his spirit? No. And the new earth that we're moving into is about that, about listening to your spirit and your soul and moving in alignment with that, because the earth is a school and we're all on different levels. And the older your soul is, the different the understanding and the different your values and your depth. And there are so many people that are younger souls that do not understand that, and they're the majority. But we're here not to look for their approval and gain it and be people pleasers to uh, souls that are just now figuring out what life is all about. But we're here to exhibit what we have learned from all of these life cycles and create the work that we're here to create and be the people that we're here to be, and live with that honor and respect for who we are on the inside, our soul, our thoughts, our feelings, um, our insights, our connection with the divine. And that is love of, being able to honor yourself, be authentically yourself, and honor other people and who they are, and allow everything to exist simultaneously, knowing that we come from different places, we have different values, and everybody's creating their own life as a learning experience, as a piece of art. Uh, and we reap what we sow. And sometimes we don't know until harvest time comes. And it's beautiful when that time comes to be able to reap that honor and self respect and self love and gratification that comes from doing the work that you've been designed to do, and following your dreams and following your heart and staying true to your soul and your essence and your God given talents and gifts.